Hey everybody, this is Ozark Prepper One. Let's talk about something weird. It's a Sunday, the 17th of March, 2024. And have you ever decided to lay down and take doze off for what you think is going to be a few minutes just to catch your wind, and then 4 hours go by? That's kind of what happened to me this evening. Uh, but toward the end of that sleep, I went into dream mode. I guess some people do that every once in a while. And kind of had a dream of a similar picture of what you see now on the screen. But I was more up on a mountain walking with some friends, and wasn't like steep or anything. It was just like you could drive a vehicle up it. But they were always in the background. They were there, but they weren't that close. But I didn't think anything was out of the ordinary, because I would say, I'm up here, and they're like, we're behind you. And that's just weird. But one of the things I think is weird is how you can be asleep for 10 or 15 minutes, but you have a dream that seems like lasted for 4 or 5 hours. And I just find that amazing. And that can be something, maybe I'm speculating here, but where time only affects us on Earth. Outside of Earth, there is no time. Or in a spirit world, there's no time. Time is only here. Outside of that would be the infinite. It's hard to explain. It's hard to grasp it, being that none of us have experienced it. And the closest experience we have to it is dreams, or possibly some hallucinogenic substance. But I just found that fascinating. It's happened more than once. It's happened to a lot of people. I mean, you've probably been a kid in school and done it in one of your classrooms. Doze off for a minute, but you might have went on a mission, you know. It's just crazy. But we're getting into some pretty bad times. And I think we need to focus on what matters. And nobody's coming to save us. Nobody of us is coming to save us. You've got to prepare. And that doesn't mean I don't know, go in panic mode. But if everything shuts off, what you have is what you have. It will be very hard to acquire more. I believe they're planning something. And I think it would be wise in the next week to get your affairs in order. You get things ready. And I don't believe that they'll do something on Eclipse Day, except strike fear in people. my personal opinion on eclipses. They're signs. And to the occult world, they're more than just signs. They are activation dates to where they see it in the sky and like, okay, after this day, we're going to do this nefarious thing to people around the world. Kind of like when a farmer sees a harvest moon, they see that moon and they say, okay, we know that we got to harvest our crops tomorrow, starting tomorrow, or this week. You know, they know that they have a week or two, and that's it. They got to get them crops harvested. And that was how people did things, and they still do in most parts of the world. And if you have an occult entity and they want to call a population, to them that's a harvest. So they look at that moon, that eclipse or whatever, and they say, okay, from this point we start doing our harvest. Let's go back to 2017. 2017, things were starting to get a little chaotic, but you know, our guy still had it under control of who we think is our guy. You don't know these people. I mean, they're such slick actors. You know, like Stalin said, the best way to handle opposition is to control it, is to lead it. You know, so we don't know who to trust. Even if they do a bunch of good things, they'll do a bunch of good things just to get that one big bad thing through. You know, to me, you can go watch those videos of those weirdos at CERN doing those dances, and they have this giant portal, and they show these demons coming out of it and stuff and all that. Now, why would somebody, if they call themselves a scientist, be doing all that occult stuff? People that supposedly don't believe in heaven or hell or God or the devil. Why would they be doing all those things that involve that? You know, those ritual dances, Kundalini stuff, or what do they call it? I don't know. It's stuff from, I guess that would be from India, that goddess of destruction, whatever her name was. But whichever the one had like 8 arms. But you know, they're doing a big dance like that, and they had this big portal in front of them that also kind of looked like an eclipse. And to me, after they have their ritual, then the destruction comes afterward. The attack on humanity, the attack on people. And that's what happened if you look back to 2017. Was that October of 2017, if I remember right? I remember standing in the yard looking at it. And then, okay, all of a sudden, 2 years later, December of 2019, all of a sudden the news is popping up, all this stuff. Oh, we got this spooky disease, we're scared. Everybody better get scared with us. Oh no. Everybody panic. Don't worry, we got the cure. You know, I saw through it right away, and I had a lot of people tell me that I better panic too, and I didn't. The only thing that caused panic is the panic. You know, when all those people ran out and bought all that toilet paper and stuff. The way I saw it was this. You're not going to be eating much, so you're probably not going to be wiping your ass very much. Anyway, I hope you all had a great weekend. I'm going to crash out so I can get some stuff done this week. Ozark Prepper 1 out.